Hey everybody, it's Kathy Braxton from Improv for Caregivers. And what I've been doing is accumulating some different questions people have been asking on Reddit where they're actually specifically looking for answers, not just using the space to vent, which again is a fantastic thing to do. But I have been asking some people their permission to post their question and try to reach larger groups. So this particular question came through, maybe about 2 weeks ago. And the reason I'm filming it right now is because my son has inspired me. He said, Mom, people can't wait for answers and you shouldn't have to worry about your hair and your makeup. So with that being said, and the fact that this particular question is about sleep, I guess the shower before bedtime kind of look is appropriate for this. So one of the questions that came up was about someone who's drinking a lot of coffee or family members who drink coffee. And is that affecting their memory or does it exacerbate memory impairment? And my take on this is that any form of caffeine is going to affect your sleep, and sleep is going to affect your cognition and your mood, let alone a lot of other things. I think to yourself, when was the last time a doctor of yours asked you how your sleep was? They never seem to have any problem putting us to shame by putting us on the scale or asking us what we eat. Certainly, they don't mind asking us if we exercise, but many times doctors are still kind of lagging in this concept of sleep and how important it is. So caffeine blocks the receptors in your brain, right? There's these receptors and they, through the day, collect melatonin, right? And our brains naturally produce this. So it collects melatonin through the day, and through the nighttime, that cell and that receptor is full of melatonin. And that is what initiates you to feel tired. That's what melatonin supplements do. They help you to initiate going to sleep. They will not help you stay asleep. So we produce melatonin in our own brains and we can take it as a supplement if we need a little extra. Now, what caffeine does is, okay, where's my receptor? Okay, caffeine blocks that receptor. So the melatonin is still trying to, it's still there, but it can't get into the receptor because the caffeine is blocking it. So there's always the suggestion, stop drinking any form of caffeine between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, especially if you want to go to bed around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So an older adult who is drinking caffeine, or like the aunt and uncle who sit at the kitchen table and drink a pot, 2 pots, 3 pots of coffee a day, what is happening is those receptors aren't getting their natural state of melatonin. And essentially what it looks like from the outside is they're not going to be getting any good sleep. They're going to have a hard time initiating sleep, and then they're going to have a hard time staying asleep. I'm going to do another video more specifically on the glymphatic system. I know that's like a really long, strange word, but believe me, when you start to understand the importance of sleep and how it really impacts the cognitive level of somebody who's living with a form of dementia, including yourself, you would be amazed at what an impact good sleep has. Now, just also keep in mind when it comes to sleep, not only do we do things to our brains by blocking off those receptors by the intake of caffeine and other types of foods maybe that we eat, chocolates and those types of things that have that, but also be mindful of the physical environment for your loved one. We can do a lot to create in an environment, a space that is not conducive to sleep. And I can attest to the fact that in, hospital settings, if you alone have been in a hospital, you are not getting good rest. And unfortunately, hospitals are a nice little kind of cue to yourself to go, that might be what it's like to try to live and or sleep in, say, a long-term facility, right? The lights are always on. Some neighbors always making a lot of noise. The nurses and doctors and all the other staff there, that's their workplace. So they're not nearly very cognizant of the sounds that they're creating that are very disruptive to us. So I always want to keep my videos kind of short to just give you a little taste. This is what my son has told me to say because, I don't know much. I'll have my link of my Reddit account, my email, and the original post in the description. You can reach out to me on r/dementia, or you can email me at improv4caregivers@gmail.com, and I will continue to bring you small snippets of information in hopes that some of this will help you. And as I said, in regards to sleep, I'm going to bring you another video with a little bit more detailed information, but I am hoping that this information helps, and please pass it on. Thanks again.